Hey, it's Ben here from the Strength Factory, and today I'm going to talk to you about how making more turns in the trails that you ride are going to make you a better rider, give you more corner speed, and mean you can have more fun on your bike. Surely you've all seen plenty of videos about line choice, and whether you're watching the World Cup and watching Cathro break down those lines for the racers, or maybe you follow a coach or something like that, line choice is something that's probably on your radar. And something that we quite rightly hear about loads is how we want to open up a corner to then make it as straight as possible and carry as much exit speed as we can. And that is absolutely correct. If we're looking to race, if you're looking to be fast and smooth, then that is how to ride a turn. Set up wide, do your braking early, turn in, loads of exit speed because we're opening it up, we're not turning as sharply. Now then, that undoubtedly gives you the best speed today and now. But let's think long term, which, as you know, I'm all about the long game, and I want to be the best at cornering that I possibly can be by the end of the winter, by the spring, okay? And so this winter, I'm going to try and take a different approach when I go riding. And instead of setting up wide and turning in, I'm going to make as much a sharp turn as I can, okay? Now, that may sound crazy, but if I want to get better at my cornering technique, and believe me, I need to, and you probably need to too, then that is going to let me practice that every single time I go riding. And even if I'm slower today and my mates get away from me, they drop me because they set up wide and exit faster, hopefully if I'm riding like that all the time, developing my technique, becoming a better rider, then in the long run, I'm going to be better off for it, and I'm going to have more speed. So let's have a look at this turn. So we've got a nice simple left-hander here with a bit of support on a rainy day in the Forest of Dean. And you can see here as I come down the trail, okay, there's basically two lines here. Now, up here on the bank, this is where I guarantee in a race, or just on a ride, that's where the quick boys and girls are going to be. That's where the fastest riders are and the slowest riders are not, okay? You can do a little press, you can get up onto that line, and then gives you plenty of speed through there, carrying out the turn, because it means you're doing less turning here. The other line is just the main line, and this is a trail centre section, so this is what a lot of people are going to be doing anyway. It's going to follow the main line round here, and as you can see, we then have to do lots of turning in the apex, where yes, there's support on the outside, but there's also a lot of crap on the inside, and then it flattens out a bit on the exit, and then we've got a lovely big puddle. So I'm going to show you now both lines and how I ride them. If you love riding bikes and you want to have more fun doing it, then hit subscribe. So that is just one corner, and you know what, it's a really simple corner. It's not very rough, there's no braking bumps and things like that, but hopefully it still illustrates the point that there's the line we're always told to do, i.e. set up wide, straighten it up, open it up, and carry more exit speed, which is correct, okay? However, I want to be a better rider, and taking that line up there is something I'm going to start doing again in the spring, because that's how I need my head to be thinking if I'm going to go racing next year, or just to be the fastest I can next spring, next summer, and so on. But if this winter I just go main line, it's one less thing to think about. I don't have to think about the line. I'm just going to follow the roughest, the most trodden, the least grippy line possible. And you know what, if I can carry speed in that line, then I bet I can carry speed in the race line, okay, where you're setting up wide, you're looking for the smooth bit, you're braking where there's more traction and all of that. And that is the name of the game. It's the same with strength training. People say, oh, I don't want to start training because my legs get sore and I can't ride. And you're thinking about the short term. yes, when you first start training, your riding, it might suffer, okay, which sounds crazy to hear me say that. You're going to have sore legs, let's face it, okay, maybe upper body. And for those first few weeks, your riding might suffer. It might be less fun, you got less power, you feel more fatigue. But what's your focus? Are you thinking about strength training and, you know, skills and things like that to be a better rider next week or in 3 or 4 weeks? No, I don't think you should be, okay? You should be thinking, how can I be the best rider possible in the long term? You know, how can I be a better rider in 6 months? How can I be a better rider in 1 year? And I think that small things like this can really make a difference. Now, yes, you need to work on your actual body position, the fundamentals, and absolutely see a skills coach. I do, I'm a big believer. But to help you apply those skills and to develop your skills, this winter, take the main line. Take more corners, don't straighten things out, no Strava lines. The more corners you ride, the more fun you're gonna have and the better rider you are gonna be. And that is what it's all about. So let me know what you think. Am I speaking total nonsense? I would love to hear your thoughts. But more importantly, I'd love to hear it if you're trying this. If you do go and try it, go and ride your trails differently, mainline all the way, and work on those skills, and then let me know how you get on. Remember guys, if you like this video, click that little thumbs up, hit subscribe, because I've got loads more content coming out for you this winter and beyond. Cheers.